Hi guys on YouTube, it's Supercanata. Merry Christmas. Hope you're all doing well. As usual for my Christmas videos, I usually do a two-parter, which is the first part, which is now, before Christmas, which I do a Christmas review, well, of a game that I had at Christmas, and, I review it, and the next one will be what I got for Christmas. It's a tradition that I've done for years, but I continuously do it. So there's our good Christmas tree as usual, and my first ever time having another guest besides my cat is our dog, Bonnie. You know the bonbons? You go. Yeah. She's got one, aren't you? So, yeah, I'll just put it there for a second. Okay. Oh, no. Okay, so for this year's review, I am going to do a game which I'm surprised I never actually had before. Well, I never reviewed until now, which is surprisingly. Let me get Bonnie back up at bonbons. Sorry. So yeah, this game I'm surprised I never did until now. I got this game for Christmas the first year the Wii came out. It is an original launch game, and it is Wii Play. Again, this was a launch game for the Wii back on the 8th of December 2006. I've had this. This is the same copy I've had since Christmas of 2006. So, yeah. This has not been with any other owner. I've had this ever since. It did have another box when I originally got it, which had another Wii remote with it. That was gone years ago, so all I've got is the game and the Wii remote. Yeah, I think I still got the Wii remote up in my room that came with it. You can see it's an original because look, they don't have the condoms on the controllers. I say, and the box is different for the older versions. So yeah, the game is basically just showing you how to use the Wii remote. It's essentially, how many minigames is it? It's 9 different games that show you different ways on how to use the Wii remote to show you what this new technology was all about. And it really is an interesting one to do it because it does show you every single way to use the Wii remote. And you've got a free Wii remote, so these games are all multiplayer too, so you can play with your friends, family, so you could do all that. So yeah, it was basically made at the same time as Wii Sports, obviously, and it was, like I said, a launch game for the Wii, but you obviously had to get it separately. It was, I think if I remember, it was about 35 to 40 pounds, and you got a Wii remote with it, so that was really good. But yeah, so the first game that you get on it, because you got to do each game individually to so you have to do each individual game before you unlock them all, obviously. The first one's like a shooting range. It's basically an inspiration of Duck Hunt, where you shoot targets, even some ducks, and you do a lot of like aiming to get used to the Wii remote's sensor, and it's really good. The shooting game is great. I like the different stages to do, which is like shooting targets, saving Miis from aliens, doing some clay pigeon shoots, and shooting cans. They did a whole lot with it for what the little game it was. They did quite a lot of what's it called? They did quite a bit of variety with it, which is really brilliant. I'll tell you that much. The next one, I'm pretty sure it's the next one that I really enjoy. It's my favourite out of all the games in it, which is I can't remember what's called now. Seems to say in the box. Oh, I might check the manual to see. So I didn't want to get it wrong. There's the manual right there. I don't want to get the names wrong, that's all. Find Me, that's it. So basically in Find Me, all you do is like literally find the me that the game tells you to find. So like the first one's like says like find what's it called? It's like find this particular me. Find like this me that is looking the other way around, or find two identical me's, and then it goes to like finding like the me you're using, find a me from your me channel. It's literally doing all that, but the stages change, and each time the stage change, the more me's pop up in the arena or the playing field. You gotta try and find out which one it is. You do have a time limit. I think it's 30 seconds at first, but every time you get the me correct, I mean, you complete a stage, you get 10 seconds added to your timer. And as I said, it really gets so harder later. Like there's one level where you, like the me's are coming on escalators, and you have to try and find them, like try and find the me's on escalators, which is very, very difficult. It's probably the one I hate the most, that and the night ones, because you gotta continuously point the remote to illuminate certain areas. It's absolutely a pain in the ass. It's fun, but it's a pain in the ass, and it is very tricky. There's 100 levels to that, and you can actually complete it. And it was very, very hard, but it's so much fun to do. The next one is called Pose Me, where literally there's these bubbles, and you have to change your me to different poses by using the D-pad on your Wii remote, and changing on where what position that these bubbles need to go into. It's basically like you know the game Human Tetris, that TV show, or Hole in the Wall if you're in the UK. It's basically you put them in the hole, and then obviously you gain a point. It's a fun game, not one of my favourites, but it's still very fun to play. There's not much more to say to that than, you know, the time it gets much trickier. You get like it gets faster. You don't get as much time to get the points, and it just keeps increasing in speed. It's fun, but definitely not my favourite. And then there's laser hockey, which is basically Pong, which is also the what's it called? I think it's an homage to their TV color games, because it kind of reminds me of that. But it's basically Pong. But again, it's just a basic Pong game, but where you can use the remote to, obviously when you turn, your paddle changes where it's going to be, and like let's say this is the different things. I mean the different paddles. Like every time you're hitting it, you can do like change where it's gonna, like where the ball's gonna go, and then you can obviously try and get into their goal in different ways and positions. But I found out there's a very cheating way you can do it, which is kind of like when the ball's coming back, just kind of go straight down, and then kind of like go straight down like that, then go up. You will always get into the AI. I mean the you know, the computer's goal. Again, it's fun, but there is a way you can cheat with it. But it's a Pong game, so it's pretty good. You, from that alone, you know it's a good game just because it's Pong. Next one is it's billiards. Next one, which if you've played billiards, you know how it's done. And again, great way of doing the Wii Remote positions on this one, or the Wii Remote actions. It's like, obviously, if you've played pool or billiards, you know how to play it. It's basically you well, if you're playing billiards, you gotta hit the balls in the number order. So you start with 1 and then go to 9. If you hit the ball that you're meant to hit first, like let's say the 1, and then you hit, let's say, any other ball inside the pocket, that still counts as a point, so you're okay to do that. But if you don't hit the ball that you're meant to hit and you hit another one, you get a foul for it. And again, also if you hit the white ball inside the pocket, that's a foul. So that's Billiards, if you didn't know that in a nutshell. How to do it in this is like, you would point the remote to the white ball, then you press, I think it's B, and then you kind of push back with your remote, and then hit that to kind of, like you're doing a shot like that. It does great. It does it great, but I do notice that it's yeah, I do notice the one problem is that when you're hitting, like when you're aiming with the remote at the beginning, it's very slow. But when you sometimes do that, and then when you're kind of like ready to shoot, the remote doesn't sometimes accurately hit the ball. But it's not constant, but it does happen sometimes. And the next one, I'm pretty sure if I'm correct. Again, I'm using the booklet to remind me which one's which. Yes, I was right. It's fishing. This one I like a lot. It's very relaxing, and it kind of gives you that autumn winters feeling. If you listen, like if you look at the visuals and the music, it's beautiful with that. And all you have to do is catch fish. Literally, you just pull the Wii remote down, and then you let your line go, and the fish, whatever fish you get, hooks onto it. You lift up your remote like that, and yeah, you get points for how many fish you catch. There is a one fish. I think it's like I don't know if it's a salmon or something, or a little trout. If you get that, you lose points. And at the top of the screen, it'll give you which fish you should get. You should catch to get more points. And sorry, and if you get that fish, you get double the points. But every fish gives you points except for the little trout, which will minus your points at the end. So that's good. The visuals, like I say, are beautiful. It kind of gives me a Yoshi Story sort of vibe with them because they look very drawn, but very lovely indeed. Sorry about that. I was just called out for a second. I do apologise. Where I was saying was the next game, Charging. This actually shows you how to use the remote on its side and use it as tilt controls like steering. That really excited me because since this was, I think, the second game for Christmas that I played for that, the second game I got for Christmas that year, the first game being Zelda. Wii Sports I already had anyway to play before Christmas because obviously I got the Wii on day of launch. But the first game I played was obviously Zelda Twilight Princess, and this was my next one. So I got loads of Wii games back then, but this was the second game I played. Well, the second game on that Christmas I played. Anyway, I'm getting over it. But it showed you how to use the tilt controls, and I was excited to try using it as a steering wheel. And this game shows you how to do it, and it's awesome. Basically, all you're doing is your maze on a cow, and you have to race the end in a time limit, whilst also hitting, I think it's scarecrows, and every time you hit a scarecrow, a line of scarecrows, you get more points, and you basically want to get the high score by also hitting the scarecrows and also getting these ones that move on the track, and the ones that move on the track give you more points. But you also want to make sure to get to the end of the level before the time limit runs out. The more time you have, the more points you get. And the way to get there faster is by tilting the remote down to make your cow move faster. It's trickier than it sounds, but it is so much fun to play. Again, the graphics kind of remind me of a Yoshi Story, but more woolly, so it kind of reminds me of Yoshi's Epic Yarn, even though that's younger than we play. But again, it's brilliant. I absolutely loved it. The last one, which I do like, is tanks, because again, shows you how to use the Wii remote and nunchuk. But if you have, but this time you would have played Wii Sports and you would have tried boxing and you would know the use of the Wii remote and nunchuk to punch. But this one shows you how to use the analog stick and the Z and C. I think the Z uses something, and the C, I think they use to plant bombs in tanks. And obviously the Wii remote, you're pointing to shoot enemies. It's basically a game of tanks from the NES, but obviously more advanced. It's very fun. I don't know how many levels there are, but they're very basic. Like the first few levels, the tanks are just moving around. They don't really shoot much, so you get to shoot them and obviously progressing in the levels. But later on, the tanks get more aggressive. They use like rockets, bombs, and they're even faster. So there are different sort of variety of tanks. The levels also change, and you gotta do a bit more traversals to get to each tank and destroy them. But you gotta be quite strategic, because one hit you lose, but that's with all the tanks. One hit destroyed. So you've only got one hit, so you gotta kind of be very strategic on how you're going about attacking them. It works brilliantly, and it really does give you an idea of how to use the Wii remote and nunchuk together. Obviously the nunchuk with its analog stick. It's very good, and it makes you think a lot. It makes you like really be like what's the word, more like more focused on what you're doing. It's really fun on that, and again, it's really cute and enjoyable. You only get 3 lives in the game, and I think you can actually gain more lives, depends on how good you are. But it's very it's very tight on the lives, but it's very fun. And that's the last game in it. Overall, I think Wii Play is a fun game. If you haven't played it and you have a Wii, I would say grab it. It's only about 30 pence, not 30 pence, it's about 75 pence in CX. You can buy it. It's one of the cheapest games on the system. And yeah, I would say if you got your Wii still, pick it up. It's an absolute fun game. Give it a shot. It's a lot of laughs, and I would say it's definitely a 7 out of 10. There's not a lot to do in it, because after you've done it all, you kind of after you've unlocked them all, you kind of don't really go to a lot of them again. Well, you might do, depends on which ones are your favourites. I mean, I notice I don't really go into a lot of them a lot, but there was actually one I missed. There's a ping pong one, which you literally just go like moving the remote like that to like make a rally of ping pongs, doing a ping pong rally. I don't really like that one that much, to be honest with you, because it's very hard. But challenge isn't a bad thing. It's just that I'm not really good at it, and I can get up to about 20 30 rallies, and then I just kind of screw it up after that. But it is still fun. It's still a fun little game. But anyway, after that, it's very, like I said, it's very fun. I said that I didn't think some of them had a lot of replay value. They really do. It just, some of them I'm not that great at, or not that I'm not great at. It's more the fact that I just didn't find them as enjoyable as some of the others. But it is a lot of fun if you're playing with friends, and even on your own, it's not too bad. It's pretty fun. But I would definitely say pick it up since it's cheap. It's definitely worth a shot. Like I said, it's 75 pence now, or maybe even less, maybe even 50 pence in CX, because they're not a big, they're not a big, what's the word? They're not really valuable. They were manufactured quite a lot, so they're quite big. I mean, they're not that hard to find. I mean, they're really easy. So yeah, 7 out of 10. definitely give it a shot and enjoy yourself with it. Anyway, this is Super Canata here. Sorry I rambled on a bit at the end. And I hope you have a great Christmas. See you on Christmas Day. And a Happy New Year too. Take care, guys. See you soon.